Alex, you're coming off of winning the World Series. What was this offseason like for you?
It was pretty quick one. My wife and I, we enjoyed our honeymoon, so that was nice to get out and kind of relax. And after that, right back into the throwing program, working out, doing stuff. But I mean, that's what you want, you know. And my body and arm and everything feels really good. And so yeah, we're just clicking it off day by day and checking boxes, getting ready for spring training.
You'll report next week.
Yeah.
What is your reaction to seeing all of the new names, even the guys in the bullpen who will be joining them?
Yeah, that was such a. I mean, I was hyped. That was awesome. You know, it's to add a couple more pieces. I mean, it only makes our bullpen stronger. You know, and so I talked with Scott yesterday for a little while. He seemed like a great guy. Evan's got a little bit more friendship to, you know, so he has had nothing but good things to say about him. So it's yeah, the dogs will be ready to go, I'll tell you that.
You saw the reaction of all of the fans at the parade when you guys won. What are you expecting today at this Fan Fest?
So honestly, I'm not exactly sure because it's different since I think we're like in the parking lot. Like it is going to be different. But I mean, we're gonna be loved today for sure. It's gonna be a lot of fun, and yeah, with our new signings, it's, you know, very motivating. So we're looking to run it back for sure.
Alex, last year you had your best and most consistent season from wire to wire. What was the biggest key to that, and how much confidence does that give you heading into this season?
Yeah, I would pretty much say it's due to my the off-season lifting. Every year I feel like I come in a little too tight, but last year I felt great. We changed just specific days of certain lifts and whatnot, and we still kept the volume, but I was able to recover a little bit more and not be as tight. So going into spring training, and then basically that first month, I was able to get into my mechanics a lot easier.
And you spent the whole offseason as a World Series champion. Has it sunk in yet, and just how's that feel?
Yeah, absolutely. It for sure sunk in. When we did the parade and I'm sitting on the back of the bus with the belt and everything, that's when for myself I definitely was like, all right, yeah, this is it. Here we go. But it honestly makes me hungry to do it again, and that just the accomplishment, feeling that feeling, man. When watching Walker throw the last pitch and us running out, that just sticks in my mind.
Alex, what was the best or most memorable moment this offseason for you being recognized as a champion?
I just think that, right, for myself, coming out of a Division II school, not ever really, not drafted high, that just my story, to go back. I went back to my high school, I went back to my college, to just kind of take that all in and kind of inspire all those kids that I can do it. I was in the exact same spot literally 6 years ago, right? And with hard work, dedication, working my tail off day in and day out, they can also achieve whatever their goals that they have in life. So I think that was the most memorable.
There's been so much in the off season, and you guys all kind of go your own ways, but which players have you been in touch with?
Definitely that our bullpen group was pretty tight, but I would say, Bazooka, Banda, Evan, for sure. Catman and I, so Tony and I, we actually live pretty close together in Arizona, so we work out and throw pretty much every day, so I've been keeping tabs with him. So yeah, it's, yes, we do go, our own separate ways, but we do have our group chat and stuff, so we do stay connected with each other. So we know what's going on, and especially with social media, it's very easy to reach out and comment on guys' stuff.
You guys have had community tour also all week.
Yeah, it's been actually, it's been really, just it's hard to explain because, so in 2008 in San Diego, my parents and I and my family, we were kind of involved in some fire incidents. So luckily it didn't actually hit our house, but we did have to pack up all of our stuff. We had to put it in our trailer that we had, and we actually got on the freeway and drove miles away. So I remember feeling super scared and not knowing if my house was going to be there when I got back. So just sharing that story with everyone and hearing the table that we had sat yesterday with the senior center, there an older man, he's been there for 42 years, and he was very confident that he was going to come back to his house, and he didn't, and it was just whew, it was, yeah, not, I was definitely feeling for him. So it's, this is a very, very sensitive subject in more than one case. So just to know that we are here to support them just like they support us, and so yeah, it's been meaningful.
Alex, what was the art process like for you this year, and how happy were you to be able to get something done last week?
Yeah, ARB is it's kind of weird, right? There's certain numbers and things and whatnot, but at the end of the day, like, I know where I'm valued. I also know where the Dodgers value me too, and thankfully we were able to come to an agreement where both parties feel very confident with it, and regardless, I'm going out there and giving it my all, man. I love the game of baseball, and so yeah, it's been great. Glad that that's over, and now the focus is like I said, spring training. Sorry.
You guys,
go ahead.
Guys have had good bullpens here over the years, but when you just look at this group on paper, what's kind of the excitement level and confidence level what this year's unit could be?
Yeah, the versatility that we're going to be able to have. I mean, we got like 5 closers, so I mean it's. And that's not. I'm not even including myself in that, right? Like we're all over the place in regards to talent, right, in the bullpen. So it's definitely a very, very interesting group, and I mean, Doc's gonna have some just piece of pick pieces out and have a good time fitting us in lanes and stuff. So I'm actually really interested to see. We're gonna be good. We're gonna be really good. I know it. So.
What's the challenge of having such a short offseason for you, especially such a long year last year and then such a quick turnaround for Tokyo?
So, at least for pitchers, I think it's getting rest, but then also not resting too long to where you're behind coming into spring training. So, taking more than 2 or 3 weeks off, does that set you back? So then, like, now in spring training, you've only thrown 3 or 4 bullpens, 1 or 2 lives, right? Like, there is that fine line. For myself, I took basically like 2.5 weeks off of throwing, and then did some plyo throws, and then built up, right? So there is a kind of happy medium, but talking with Mark and the training staff, we put together a good plan.
Is there anything you guys can take from having the early run of last year with Korea, just like poured over to this year?
Yeah, I think that's pretty much that was actually what we're probably going to do in regards to like bullpens and lives, and then going to Japan this year. I think it's kind of going to be run pretty similar. Obviously, bodies will tell different stories and whatnot, but for myself, I think we're going to run that same plan because I felt great going into that first month of the season.
Alex, I know here, you mentioned you guys will get a lot of love. Imagining other stadiums, right? You guys are kind of the big bad Dodgers. I know that's not new, but obviously there's been more of this, right? There's been a lot of talk.
Sure.
You guys are bad for baseball, whatever.
Sure.
Do you relish kind of this idea of kind of going on this villain tour, so to speak?
I mean, I think the outside noise is kind of irrelevant as long as we're going to be a tight group of guys and rally around each other, and that was definitely what we did last year. That group was by far the tightest group that we've had, and we were pulling for one another, and I think that goes so much further than any outside noise and whatnot.
Do you have any thoughts on that debate? You guys are good for baseball, bad for baseball?
Not really. I mean, it's kind of whatever your own opinion is. I think being on this side of it, it's like, obviously I'm happy, right? But I think it's your own opinion. Yeah. I mean, I think for myself, it motivates me to bring my all, especially in the off season, making sure that I'm on top of everything, especially the owners, the coaching, and then the players. Right, we're all on the same page that we want to win another World Series. So it is motivating to know that the ownership is out there. We're spending money, right? And so now it's worth it when we get into the season to win games and win a World Series.